Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to be doing a series that focuses mainly on chair-based exercises. So it's not going to be a high impact session, it's going to be mostly for focusing on exercises that are going to increase mobility through your body, and it's going to be working with some strength exercises as well. So out of the two videos that I'll be sending out, this will be the lighter one that I would recommend for some of you that want to stay in a chair for most of the session. So for this whole series, all you're going to need is 2 cans. Now you can absolutely do this whole series without any weights whatsoever, and if you're feeling like you want to be a bit more energetic, you can absolutely use a set of dumbbells that are a little heavier than this. So my cans are only about, I think they're 400 grams, so they're fairly light to do the exercises. But as I mentioned, feel free to use nothing at all or a heavier weight catered to your level of ability that you're feeling like using today. So starting off, coming up into your seat. So I'll take you through every single exercise at the same rate that you'll be doing them. And if you need to take a rest at any time, just feel free to stop what you're doing and take a little moment and join back in as soon as you're ready. And this is Winnie, who's going to be begging me for a walk very shortly. So sorry about her little extra features in the video. So starting off, just hands resting on knees, and I'll just turn the chair slightly so you can see me a little better. I'm going to be sitting up nice and tall with my head right over the top of my tailbone. My feet are planted on the floor, and I'm going to arch my back towards the back of the room, and then I'm going to make my chest really nice and proud. So I'm arching my back all the way back one way, and then I'm opening up through my mid-back. So this is a great exercise that you can do at any time, even when you're watching TV. And I know I say this, and then we get to sit down in front of the TV to watch the Olympics, and you think, oh, I just want to slump into the couch and just completely relax. And this is a really good movement to start to bring a little bit of movement into that lower back and mid-back where we tend to get really stiff. So we're just going to go for about 10 more seconds, arching your back one way and then arching all the way back through the other way. And then one last one here, and we're going to return to a neutral spine. So by that, I mean you're just sitting right up over the top of your sit bones. From here now, we're going to do a side reach all the way over one way towards the ground, and then a side reach all the way over to the ground on the other side. So I'll just turn slightly side on so that you can see me here. So I'm reaching all the way over one side and then all the way over to the other side. Now, some of you may not have as much mobility as I do through my shoulders here. So what you can do instead, if your shoulders don't like to move as much, is just do a reach all the way over one side and then all the way over to the other side, making sure that you're not moving your whole trunk. So you just want to be focusing on lifting up and out of your pelvis and reaching all the way over one side, up and out of your pelvis, and then down to the other side. So you should feel a little stretch through the side of your body. So we'll keep going all the way over one way and then all the way over to the other way. And one last one here. And then resting there. Good. Okay. Now we're going to be getting right into our abdominals. So you should feel this series through your tummy, not through your lower back. So what I'm going to encourage you to do now is slide right up to the very edge of your seat. So I'm sitting right on my sit bones on the very edge of the seat. Then what I'm going to do, without shrinking at all, I'm going to tuck my tailbone. So see there, I'm up tall, then I tuck my tailbone, but stay long and tall, and I'm going to slowly lean back into my C-shaped curve, and then I'm going to come all the way back up tall. Tuck the tailbone again, rolling backwards, so really cinch in through here, lower, 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 and then come all the way back up tall. You can wiggle a little further forwards onto the edge of your seat if you want to lean back that little bit further and really get the tummy firing. Now see here, I'm not bringing my arms up with me because that's going to encourage my back to arch the wrong way. I keep my hands low in the same position, peeling back and coming all the way back up high. Now you can stay with this movement of just rolling back and coming back up tall, or if you'd like a little more, come back and hold. Now from here, we bring one leg up and place that leg back down. Then the other leg up and place it back down. Now you may be feeling your hip flexors a little bit here. You may also feel your tummy intensify a little more. We're here for 10 more seconds, alternating one leg up, place it back down, then the other side, and we go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you can come up for a moment if you need to, otherwise come straight back down. Hold through your tummy should not be popping, reaching the arms up, and lower back down. reach the arms up and lower back down. Now, if that's too much for your shoulders, you can just do a little tiny reach up and lower back down because your tummy will still be working. So reach all the way up high and lower back down. We'll go for 3 more here. I'm absolutely feeling my tummy. If you're starting to feel a little bit of your lower back, come up and rest for a moment. And one last one here. And lower the arms back down and rest. Beautifully done. Now just take a little twist through the spine. Bring some lovely warmth and movement into that mid to lower back. And then as soon as you're ready, we're going to be taking our cans. So reaching down next to you, they should be right next to your seat or nice and close. And now from here, we are going to go into an exercise that's going to warm up through the shoulders just a little bit. So this is the first one, then we're going to put the cans back down. So you can see I'm up tall and I pull my cans up to my armpits as if I'm pulling my pants all the way up to my armpits. So start at hips and lift up to armpits. Start at hips, lift up to armpits. So you'll see here, I'm broadening my chest. So as I row my elbows up high, I'm making my chest nice and proud. I'm not allowing myself to shrink. I'm staying tall and open and proud. Shoulders should be getting a little bit warmer now, and then we're going to go into another mobility exercise. So thank you to those of you that requested mobility exercises, because that is such an important thing, especially during lockdown where we're not quite moving as much. A lot of people feel that they loosen up so much more when they go for a walk and going out and spending time in the park and outdoors. But you don't feel that so much when we're cooped up inside. 2 more here. Shoulders should be feeling that and rest. Now from here, this exercise I'm going to demonstrate first, then come and join me. So I'm making sure that my feet are slightly apart, about hip width apart. Ribs are tucked down towards the pelvis, so you feel that nice connection with your tummy muscles. And from here, I dive forwards, then I reach my arms up towards the ceiling and circle them down and around the outside. So hands in front of shoulders, I dive forwards into the imaginary pool. Now my ears and my upper arms come up in the same rate, and then I circle the arms down and around the outside. Now for those of you that have shoulders that won't like this movement so much, you can do a little dive forwards and then circle the elbows out and around the outside. So see here, I'm holding onto the top of my shoulders. Bow forwards, circle up and around and coming back up tall. Otherwise, reach forward, dive into the pool, bring the arms and upper body up tall, and then circle the arms down and around the other side. We're doing 2 more. Reach forward, extend the arms, lift up high and extend the arms down and around the outside. And let's do 1 more here. Hands in front of shoulders. We dive forwards, bowing forwards at the trunk. Reach the arms, then come up high, circle the arms down and around the outside, and resting there. Really well done. Okay. Let's get some warmth into the hips now. So move your cans just out of the road so you're not going to run into them. Shift back in your seat slightly so that you're nice and stable up on top here. And then we're going to go into an out, out, in little ladder run. So if you imagine a ladder directly in front of you, you can absolutely move your feet just inside of the rungs and outside of the rungs. And if you're feeling particularly energetic today, you can come up to standing and do a little out, out, in little ladder run. Otherwise, stay with me in the seat. Out, out, in. So it should get your heart rate up a little bit more, and if you're feeling quite game, you can go into a slightly noisier little run. So a bit more impact to get that bone mineral density attended to. Out, out, in. We've got 10 seconds left here. You should feel your heart rate coming up and up as you go with this movement. Just don't forget to breathe. In through the nose, out through the mouth. We'll go for 3 and 2. And last one there. Okay, now you can, some people tend to hold a little bit of tension through their lower back here. So if that's the case, just do a little bit of that cat-cow movement that we did at the very beginning. Arching your back one way and all the way back through the other way. Okay, when that's feeling good, we're going to go straight into marching. Now, with this movement here, opposite arm and leg, little lift up. So you can stay with this movement if that's enough for you. Lifting up opposite arm and leg, chest nice and proud. Opposite arm and leg, sweeping the opposite arm forwards as the opposite knee lifts up high towards the ceiling. Now, if you're feeling game, you can add in an overhead reach as the knee comes up. And of course, like the ladder movement before, if you're feeling game, coming up to standing, opposite arm and leg reaching here. Your choice and your levels today. Absolutely your session. Opposite arm and leg reach up and you're bringing that knee up high towards the ceiling. We'll go for 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and last one there. Good. Okay, I'm just going to move backwards so you can see me a little better with this one. Now from here, we're going to go with wide feet. So as you can see, I've brought my knees out as wide as the chair and I'm going to reach and punch my arm across my body. Then the other side. So I'm leaning, reaching and punching. One side over to the other. So I'm really leaning into that punch. Twist and punch, twist and punch, twist and punch. Now, if you're feeling game this morning, what you can do is come up to standing and do a twist and punch. So you can see as I punch over one way, I'm coming up onto the toes of that side of the body. So punch with the left, toes on the left. Punch with the right, toes of the right. And we're keeping this up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and resting there. And you can come straight back down and take a seat if you did come up to the standing option. Okay, deep breath in through the nose and exhale all the way out through the mouth. And we'll do that one more time. Deep breath in through the nose and exhale all the way out through the mouth. Okay, taking your weights now, so your little cans or your dumbbells, whatever you're choosing to use. Now from here, I'm going to hold the dumbbells or my little cans by my sides, and I'm going to go into a bicep curl, curling the cans up to shoulders and lower back down. Cans to shoulders, lower back down. Now, if you're finding this easy, I would encourage you to get resourceful as to what you use for your weights. So you might have a couple of bottles of laundry detergent that have a handle. They're a great option for bicep curls if you want to challenge yourself. We're going to add in though, single leg extensions. So you can see here, I'm kicking as I'm curling, alternating legs. So left, then right. Cans to shoulders, cans to floor, cans to shoulders, cans to floor. Alternating single leg extensions and stay up really nice and tall. An easier option is to wiggle right to the back of your seat, and that's going to make that a little bit easier on your tummy and your back. 8 and 7, curl and kick. 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and one last one. Fantastic work. Roll those shoulders up, back and down. Now in this next movement, keep your cans with you. We're going to do alternating side raises, so bringing your weights out to the side with your knuckles to the ceiling, and wrists are strong, not drooping. So strong wrists out to the side, then directly out in front. So knuckles always to the ceiling, bring the cans forward. So you can see that the circles of the cans are faced towards the front of the room now, and then as I bring the cans up in front of me, those two little circles in the can are faced towards each other. So to the side and to the front. And try not to let your body swing around. So I'm only bringing the cans up to shoulder height, no higher and no lower. Weights to side, return forwards, weights to front, return to sides. Keeping this up for 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and resting there. Roll those shoulders up, back and down. Fantastic work. Now for this next one, I'm placing my weights down. This is one that we haven't done together before. So what I'm going to get you to do is lean back into your seat. So you'll see here, if you've got armrests on your seat, then use that for your elbows. Otherwise, if you've got a chair like mine, just lean back so that you've got some hands supporting you at your sides and straighten your legs out long. So you'll see here, my legs are like long planks of wood here. I'm really keeping my chest nice and proud, so I'm not slumping into the seat. I'm staying strong and lifted. Then from here, I bring up one leg high and lower it back down. Now this is tough, this exercise. This is a very demanding quad and hip flexor exercise. So if you do need a lighter option, bring your knee into your chest and place it back down on the ground. Then alternate the sides. However, if you've got the strength for this one, long straight leg lifts. Now this is hard, so I want you to focus on your breath. Exhale to lift, Inhale to lower. Inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. We're going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, tummy should be working a little, 2, 1, and resting there. Fantastic work. Okay, from here we're going to build up the intensity a little bit more. Now for this exercise, I'm going to give you an option because the sit to stands are quite tough for some people and you may prefer not to do them. So we're going to start with an option with a bow forwards and then return up to tall sitting. Bow forwards, squeeze your bottom to return up to tall sitting. Bow forwards, squeeze to return. Bow forwards, squeeze to return. Now, if you're thinking, oh, come on, Caroline, I can do some sit to stands. I'm feeling energetic. Then on the next time you bow forwards, nose over toes and come up to standing. Squeeze your bottom, come up tall and sit all the way back down. Squeeze bottom, up tall and back down. So always thinking knees wide, nose over toes. Don't let the knees meet each other in the middle. So don't let those knees collapse towards each other. Now you should feel your heart rate increasing a little here, squeezing the muscles of your legs. We'll go for 4 and 3, and on the last one we're all going to come up to standing and resting there. Okay, so now you've come up to standing and we're going to come around behind the back of the chair. So, holding onto the back of the chair here. Now you can see my feet are a fairly good distance away from the chair here, and I'm going to soften my knees and I'm going to keep my hands on top of the chair and poke my bottom right out. Then I come all the way back up to standing tall. Then from here I poke my bottom right back and I bend into my knees, so I'm stretching through the muscles of my arms and through my chest. Long straight arms. And then I come all the way back up and I'm going to do that one more time. So bottom goes right back behind you, stretching through your body, mobilizing through your chest. You can do a little side to side shift there. Then as soon as you're ready, we're going to go into a Superman. Now make sure you clear any obstacles away from the back of your chair. Then from here, we're going to extend opposite arm and leg away. Mind any paintings behind you. So extending opposite arm and leg away, place them back down, and then going over to the other side. Opposite arm and leg, and place them back down. Opposite arm and leg, and place them back down. Opposite arm and leg, and place them back down. So keeping up with this movement, opposite arm and leg, return down, squeezing through the back of your body. Chest is long like a plank of wood, so especially as you extend your opposite arm and leg, keep that connection there between your rib cage and your pelvis. Opposite arm and leg and place them back down. We'll go for 2 more on each side. So second last one on this side. 1 more on each side, and 1 last one here. Fantastic, really good work. Okay, now we're going to take 1 of the cans only. We only need 1 for this one. Bowing forwards, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the can in my left hand, and I'm going to step my right foot forward. So you can see here my right knee is bent, my can is in my left hand, and my shoulders are back and down. And here I'm going to sweep that can out to the side and lower it back down to the ground. Sweep out to the side and lower back down to the ground. So keeping that connection there with the rib cage and the pelvis. Belly button draws back to the spine, and we're going to pay a little bit of attention to our pelvic floor by focusing on our exhale as we bring the arm out to the side. So exhale, arm out to the side, inhale, lower back down. And with this exercise, I want you to think about sweeping the can ever so slightly backwards so that we're feeling a squeeze of the muscles through the back of our body. And 2, and 1 last one here. Good work. Switch sides. So now I've got the can in my right hand. I'm going to step in with my left leg, and I'm going to take the right leg long and back behind me. So you'll see here my left knee is bent, my right leg is long and straight, and the can hangs down by my side. I'm now going to take the can out to the right and lower it back down to the ground. So squeezing the muscles through the back of my body. Long arm sweeps out to the side and control back down. Out to the side, control back down. Squeeze the muscles in the back of my body. My tummy is switched on. My rib cage is connected to my pelvis through a strong abdominal muscle wall. Long straight arm out to the side, and we go for 5 and 4. I'm sure you're all doing really well. 3 and 2 and 1 last one here. Fantastic work, really good. So we're going to pop those cans out of the way, and now we are going to go into a slightly different movement here. So from here we are going into, just trying to see what I put in, straight after this. Okay, now we are going to go into mountain climbers. So with this one, into a plank position, body is long and straight, then knee towards opposite elbow and place that knee back down. Now, if you're feeling really enthusiastic, you can go into kicks. So one leg kicks forward, place it back down, then the other side. Alternating kicks or mountain climbers, knee towards opposite elbow. So in this series, we're focusing on our hip flexor muscles, our belly button draws back towards our spine, and shoulders stay back and down away from the ears. So nice connection through the whole of the body. So we're not just working one muscle group, we are working so many in this series. Knee towards opposite elbow, we go for 6 and 5 and 4, doing really well, and 3 and 2 and 1 last one there. Beautiful. Take a moment for your wrists, give them a little shake out because we have been loading them up a little. Then coming once again, now this is the last one with the back of the chair, but we're not done from standing yet. What you're going to do is bring your chest to the chair and then push all the way back up tall. Now, an easier option is stepping in a bit closer and just doing a tap of the chest to the chair and then squeeze the muscles through the back of your arm to straighten the arm again. So this is the easiest option. But everyone, I would highly suggest that you lean forwards over the chair. It's not forehead to chair, it is chest to chair. So you can take those legs back a little further if you want more of a challenge. Just make sure it's nice and stable. Chest to chair and push away. Chest to chair and push away. And if you really want that big challenge, keep your body like a long, strong plank of wood. We're going for 6, push away, and 5, push away, 4 more, push away strong, and 3, body is a long, strong plank of wood, and 2, I'm getting warm and toasty through my arms, and 1 last one there. Fantastic work. Shake those arms out. Take a moment to get your heart rate back to normal, and then we're going to bring our heart rate up again. So this is really testing our cardiovascular fitness. Now for this next movement here, I'm going to give you the easier option. The easier option is holding on to the back of your seat, and we're going to go into side-stepping hamstring curls. So curling your heel up towards your bottom, then transferring the weight onto the other foot and doing the other side. Now, this might be more than enough for you, especially when you're holding onto the back of your seat. And if you're really exhausted, you can take a seat for this one. But if you're feeling energetic, famous last words, then we're going to add in a little progression, which is doing it without the chair. So I'm stepping from one side over to the other. Now I'm going to give you an option to intensify this just a little bit more, which is a hop from one side over to the other. So you can see here, bone mineral density, impact training, heart rate, hamstrings, just the gift that keeps on giving this exercise. One side, then the other. Up tall, curl that heel towards the bottom and balance. But remember, you can always go back to your easier option behind the chair. You're in the safety of your own lounge room or bedroom, so you can do whatever suits your body today. We're here for 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and resting there. Okay, for this next exercise here, you can stay standing if you're feeling quite energetic, or you can come and take a seat for an easier option. But regardless, you will use your cans for this exercise or nothing at all. So you can either use your cans if you want a little bit more weight for the shoulders, or just your bare hands for a nice lighter option. From here, you can see my feet are nice and wide, and I'm going into punching. So one side, then the other. And of course, if you prefer, you can be seated in your chair doing this one here. One side, then the other. So you're wanting to get your heart rate up with this one. One side, then the other. Increase the pace a little more if you want to, so that you're really getting that upper body working hard. Power through the upper body. Now, an easier option is going from underneath into little scoops if your shoulders are getting tired, or for the last 20 seconds, if you want a slightly more challenging option, you can go into high punches. So hands are reaching up high, heart rate can come up a little bit here. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Cans be on. We do not need them anymore, but for this last strength exercise, holding onto the back of your seat if you need to, up onto your toes and lower back down. Up onto your toes and lower back down. Up onto the toes and lower back down. We'll go for 4 more here. And 3. And remember, these are not calf stretches, these are calf raises. So if you want to stretch your calves, you can do this one a stretch against the wall or on the set of stairs. And if you want help with that, let me show you. Send me an email and I'll just show you a little set of movements that you can do. And rest there. Good. Okay, come and take a seat. It's time to stretch. So, starting off, feet wide, twisting from one side all the way over to the other. And if you have any pain with rotation, just do this movement nice and slowly. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now into knee rock, so leaning back slightly in your chair and rock the knees from one side all the way over to the other while trying to keep your torso fairly still. So kneeling one side, or knees go one side, the knees go over to the other side. Oh, okay, from there, we take one leg out long and straight, other heel tucked in towards us, hands stack on top of each other, and then we slide all the way down to the ankle. I'll just move back slightly so you can see my ankle, so you see how far down I'm going, right down to there. Feeling a nice stretch through the whole back of your leg with your toes pointing back towards your kneecap. Nicely done. Coming all the way back up, tuck that heel in, and then straighten out through the other leg, and we slide all the way down towards those hamstrings. Take a couple of deep breaths in here, so in through the nose, out through the mouth, and one more in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Really well done, everyone. Fantastic work, and thank you for joining me for this little series. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it brought some lovely movement to your body in this stiff little lockdown. And I really hope I get to see you all really soon. Hope it's over and done with well and truly by next week. Thank you all, and have a lovely rest of your week. Bye.